Hello, this is my chapter in this book, A Treasure of Evangelical Writing, about my chapter uh, review. So I'm doing my chapter review is found in page 79 to 92, and it is titled On the Apostle Creed, The Church Not Men But Christ, by John Huss. John Huss was born in lived in 1369 to 1415, and he was known as one of the greatest thinker and a philosopher and also a reformer in line with Wycliffe and Luther. He was a well-educated theologically, well-educated man. He was a lecturer. He was also a preacher and a teacher. He taught in his time, and he caused preached greatly in his time, and did some great writing and wrote some great stuff also. And the title which this chapter talks about, On the Apostle Creed, the Church Not Men But Christ, which was a stand that John Huss took against the Roman Catholic Church at the time, based on several grounds and critique that he critique against the stand of the church and the function and the doing of the Catholic Church on that time. The main idea or the main argument was based on the scripture of Matthew 16, 13 to 20, and also found in other gospel about this, the story of Jesus asking the disciple who remains as I am, and Peter declaring Jesus as Christ. And the reply that Jesus gave, that it is not revealed by flesh and blood, but by his Father in heaven, by my Father in heaven. And Jesus stated that upon that rock he will build his church. So the Catholic Church believed at the time that the rock was the Pope, that Jesus would build on the rock was the Peter. But what they did was they took the scripture out of the context. It was Jesus, the rock, the foundation that the church supposed to build, which was the claim that John Huss claimed. And the Catholic Church took that out of context, and they claimed that it was Peter that Jesus would build his rock upon. And it was the Pope is the rock in this day and age. So he was the one that is the one that the church should be built upon. And also following that scripture, you could also see that the scripture talk about that whatever you bind on earth, heaven will bind whatever you agree or lose. So the authority has been given unto that rock. So because they claim that the Pope is the head of the church, and so he has the final authority. But that was the critique, or that was the argument that John has preached and refute against the Catholic Church. And he did some claim and some stand that he stated that the church founded on Christ, the rock. In his argument, he stated that the Christ is the only rock that the church should be found upon, and not the Pope. And also he claimed some of the abuse of scriptures in the Catholic Church because of the self-gain, to preserve their power to gain, the greed, the self-gain and the greed. They abuse some of the scripture which has refuted, rebuked them on. And he also claimed, as also stated, that Christ is the true Roman pontificate upon whom should depend, upon whom the church should depend. Christ is the main, the stone. Christ is the main rock. And also those who abuse the scripture must also be suspended. So because of that stand, John Huss was brought into the council or the court and was put in prison, and then was sentenced to a death, to a ban on a stake. And upon his death, through now his death signifies or lays the foundation of those great revival that the world is facing today. So that's the overview of that chapter. The main idea, the main point is that the Pope is not the rock that the church should build upon. In fact, Jesus is the rock that the church should build upon. So us was rebuking and refuting the church upon their claim and their stand. and because of that, it causes life and causes faith. So I personally believe that it's an encouragement also to me and also to all of us to put our foundation in God and to stand against all trial, temptation, and all heretical teaching, and check balance them in scripture and affirm or confirm them with scripture that it is all scripturally accurate within context. And the Bible also said to test every spirit, so that was what John has did, to test them and to check them and to affirm them with scriptures. So Christ remained the foundation of our faith and the foundation of the church which we are built upon. So thank you, as the of you.